There's plenty of the marshals are the guys in the high-vis vests on the track. They are the people who will put your car back when you have a crash.
Yes.
Marshals.
And you want them to do it quickly.
Yes.
Sometimes they have a decision to make because they'll pick up 2 or 3 cars at the same time.
Yeah.
Or 2 or 3 will crash right in front of them and they'll have to choose.
The major decision they have to make is how not to get hit in the ankles.
Yeah, yeah. It can be quite dangerous being a marshal.
The preservation of broken ankles is a key element of any marshalling course you go on. I was once taught to marshal after I've been marshalling about 20 years and I thought this is rubbish. But I won't say the word Pete Winton again. So
that's the world champion right there. David Ongaro, who will be defending his title in Australia
in November.
In November, yes.
So the drivers beginning to rejoin the podium, the rostrum, because they need to do that. So it's 2 minutes over the track, so we will be going in 5 minutes regardless now. 2 minutes over the track, 3-minute warm-up, so in 5 minutes the 2018 EFRA IC Off-Road Euros will be underway. And nothing now can stop them, as to paraphrase a Squeeze song from a long time ago called Up the Junction. Greg says the slow guys always work for a living. Tommy Turku, come on Dave, there's no fins in the final, so I support you. Hello to Keenan, hello to Ivan Ferreira, hello Laurent to Ride. Hello to all you watching us on Extreme. With the words, hurry up, and that's probably fair enough.
Yeah. Our thoughts entirely on that hurry up. Jeremiah McKay, hello to you, thanks for watching. Let's get this going already. Yes, let us get this going.
Let's get this going already. Let's get this party started.
Daniel Janusz, will this be electric and gas or just gas? Well, it is just gas. It's nitromethane, but there is electric. There is a battery in there which is operating the receiver.
And that has failed before.
And they do fail. So there is a battery in there that is enabling the receiver to receive the messages from the transmitter, what you can see David holding in his hand there. And that sends messages to servos that power the steering and the throttle.
And they failed before as well.
They failed. There's about 1,000 things on one of these buggies.
This is Bruno
Cahallo's buggy. About 1,000 things that can go wrong.
So is Robert back yet? No, he's not.
I have a feeling he may not be joining us.
Major failure, not a redo of time.
Spoke too soon.
Is he reappearing? There he is.
He's there. So that's the man who's caused the last 10 minutes of delay.
Yes. You want 10 minutes of your life back, right to Robert Battle, care of Spain.
Yes. Let's get some cars moving on this track.
So this is the warm-up. Again, another 3 minutes to get used to everything. There's been an accident almost immediately, which is quite impressive. Actually leaving the pit lane, they've managed to crash, which is a little bit silly. So you're going to see the 4 car who called that timeout battle. He will be starting at the back. And there's nothing you can do about that. He'll start at the back, behind Ongaro, who despite starting in 13th, is actually the favourite. Still the favourite.
I mean, technically he's starting in 12th now, isn't he?
He is starting in 12th. Well, actually he is. He's starting actually in 12th, and he's still the favourite.
Because it's not often that happens.
Because you obviously didn't see the excitement of the qualifying. He qualified TQ in all 5 rounds. What can you do? That is a marvellous performance in every way. So as we watch the cars, 2 minutes till they start, and this will be the start. Don't worry, we're not teasing you anymore.
Yeah, there's no more waiting around anymore.
There's no more fake starts, like fake news.
And thanks to everyone that's bared with us, especially if you haven't seen this kind of thing before and you've hung around.
They're now so excited.
Yeah.
It is worth hanging around for, honestly.
The next 45 minutes. Experience tells me the next 45 minutes is going to be rather exciting.
Well, when the fastest man's starting at the back, it always is exciting. The second fastest man is at the front. The third fastest man, in my opinion, is also at the back. And that is the man who calls the timeout. The names on his hat and on his T-shirt are the manufacturers. You've got Mugen, they are his chassis sponsor, his chassis manufacturer. Hot Races tyres, Highest make his servos. Then he's got Coralie, his batteries, Ninja, who make its engines. So there's a complete cottage industry built up around RC racing, and if you're good enough, you can get sponsored by everybody in them. It's a meritocracy. It's certainly not anything else. The best drivers get all the cash, but to be a best driver, you have to keep winning. And last year, Robert Battle won the European Champion, and then won the Neo event, which is the biggest independent event in the world.
That's a bit weird.
But the biggest win at the moment is your current world champion. You can see there, who is, of course, David Ongaro. Now, it looks like they're still not very happy with the 4 car, which is Battle's car. It will go out to the back. They're tipping the fuel. Will that be the most inspired 10-minute timeout ever, or just a waste of our day? That is the question.
Time will tell.
There's a couple of cars there that don't look 100% healthy. There's nothing they can do now because they can't call another timeout. Remember, if you want your driver to win and you've chosen him,
it's going out.
It's RON is Ongaro, CN is Canal, COE is Coelho, BAT is Battle, he's starting at the back, BER is Ricardo Berton, Hal Figueiredo is FIG, Martin Falanca, WL, Elliot Boots, BOO, Alexander Chetin, ZAN, Lee Martin, MAR, Miguel Matias, who's my personal favourite, is MAT, just because he's old and he's made it at his last of a race. POL is Matteo Polo and Davide Ongaro, ONG, but don't forget, the 4 slot is empty because right at the back will be... No, actually starting from the pit lane is Battle. He's going to start from the pit lane, not from the 14th position. So Battle will start after everyone else has from the pit lane. But we'll cover the cars from the start, Harry. And I'll tell you when Robert leaves, but you can see the cars. Cars down, 45 minutes about to start. The EFRA 1.8 IC European Championship 2018 is go, and it's a great start for both the top 2 drivers. Battle joins them, so the Battle has been joined literally, and off they go. And Ongaro makes a massive mistake because he's going to be absolutely dead last as well. So all the 3 favourites are dead last. And our car crashed there, so Ongaro makes a huge mistake on the first corner. I mean, the Canas takes the lead in the silver and grey car. We got that one again? In the silver car, I just seen it fall in the corner. And then second now it's Coelho in the orange and white. Third place, it's like, and Canas makes mistakes. It's Canas from Coelho. That's the excitement of the build-up. It's building on. In the third place, it's the 5 machine of Ricardo Berton. So it's Spain, from Portugal, from Italy. The 6 car of Figueiredo comes in 4th, and then Elliot Boots is in 5th. But right at the back, it's Ongaro. Well, actually, Robert Battle's got up to 7th after 1 lap because he went through the melee that was it. So this is a completely topsy-turvy heat. But at the front, we have Juan Carlos Canas, the Spaniard, who had very little words to say to me at the beginning in the silver and red cars. He comes to complete his second lap onto the tile section, and he's got Bruno Coelho, the local hero, right behind him. They come up the main straight, and they're going to come at the banked hairpin. They come now over the rostrum triple and drop down before they hop up and into the EFRA section, which is a sharp right-hand turn, and then a left-hand turn before they fly over the tabletop and then come to the pin hill hairpin. Back towards again with the inner triple, which is taken as a 2 and a 1 before they climb up to the top of the circuit. And then come down the 3 steps, count them 1, 2, 3, and up and over the J Concepts double, and that is with this final hairpin and a bit more skid stuff on the tyres. A lap of this Frex track and a good lap for Canas. He's gapped Coelho quite well there. So Coelho now is battling a little bit against Berton. So let's look at second as the focus, because he's got more of an issue with Berton. Then behind him it's Figueiredo. Then it's Boots, who doesn't look particularly happy with what's going on with his car, but is hanging on for dear heck. And then Robert Battle from nowhere is already up to 5th place and moving forward. Now behind him, I think, is Ongaro. So Ongaro has got himself already up into 7th, and Ongaro is the big loser after accident, which we will have to watch in a quiet period later because there's just too much going on. So Canas leads. 2nd is Coelho. 3rd is Berton. 4th is Hal Figueiredo. Then Boots under pressure. And let's move this Boots battle here. Just for these red, we've got Boots and you've got Battle and you've got Ongaro together. Boots has fallen out of it, so it's now Ongaro and Battle. Let's stick with these two. It's 13 and the 4, Ongaro and Battle. And don't forget, we will have at least 5 pit stops for each driver, possibly 6, depending on how they spread them out. But now Ongaro has got past Battle already and is in 5th place from dead last. Ongaro, however, is still trying to catch them all up. So this is a completely mismatched event. Now up front, we've just seen Coelho lose a place to Berton. But now it is Ongaro as he ever moves towards the 6 car of Hal Figueiredo. So 4th and 5th in picture. It's still Canas leading. It's still, well, it's Burton second and Coelho third. Ongaro's going, and then behind them you've got Battle and you've got Boots and you've got Ronafalk in a triumvirate together. Plenty of speed for Canas. He's putting some gap. He's going to need all that gap if he's going to pull away enough time to keep Ongaro back over the full 45 minutes. We are looking at Ongaro now as he comes underneath us, the Italian who completely decimated qualifying. He's managed to gap Battle relatively efficiently. Battle is being hung onto by Boots, and then it's Ronafalk trying to make up for just the most dreadful start possible, where you have a crash in the first lap and go to last because the marshals can't get you because there's a stream of cars like the M25 at rush hour. So coming up now, next for Ongaro is trying to get past his fellow countryman João Figueiredo. And we are now just coming up to 4 minutes down, 41 to go. So this has started better than I'm sure Ongaro could have wished for. As he tries to get past the Portuguese, he's Italian of course, Ongaro, but my brain was frazzled for a second there. So the Italian Ongaro looking to get past the Portuguese Figueiredo. Now, interestingly, Figueiredo is holding Ongaro up, and Battle is, as you can see, catching up in the all-orange car. The car we're talking about is the 13 machine with the black wing. The red wing ahead of him is Figueiredo, and now catching up with a much redder car. That is Robert Battle of Spain, your European champion. So they're not being left, because what's happened is that Ongaro is unable to find a clean way past Figueiredo, and he can't. If he bashes him, he'll get a stop and go. We've got referees watching all this. The steward, and Ongaro gets a huge fish cake as he kind of catches his front wheel and manages to power off and not roll over. But now Ongaro is dealing with Battle. And we're now over 5 minutes through, and what will happen after this, I expect, is some form of, when the pit stops come in, might see the strategy come in. Boots being slightly dropped by these two, and now getting to back with Ronafalk, who's a few seconds back. But Figueiredo keeping his own way. Canas leading now by about 5 seconds, Canas's lead. I don't think it's that much actually. His lead is, no, it's not 5 seconds. His lead is 2 seconds. Sorry, I've read the wrong thing. So Canas leading by 2 seconds from Burton. Burton just ahead of Coelho. Coelho is ahead of, and Figueiredo's gone. So Figueiredo made a mistake. Figueiredo has completely gone. João Figueiredo has broken down, and we've lost Figueiredo, the 6 car. So he's out, and that has freed up Ongaro. So Ongaro now has been freed up. He's pulled a bit of a gap as well away from Robert Battle as he chases through in the 13 car. I think they had only 13 stickers. I didn't make them up, I think. So ahead of him, the next target for him are the 2nd and 3rd, which is Coelho and Burton, who are scrapping away. And then ahead of them is our leader, Juan Carlos Canas. So behind Ongaro, we have Robert Battle about 3 seconds back, and then comes back is David Ronafalk. And we are getting to the point where fuel stops being made, and the first person, and Ongaro comes into fuel. So Ongaro is coming for fuel, as has Burton, and they come in at only less than 7 minutes. So they're coming in very early. They're running very thirsty regimes, and that's let a couple of cars go past them. So it gets a bit confusing during fuel stops because people stop at different times. Now Ronafalk, as you can see now, is ahead of Ongaro because he's going a bit longer. And I'll carry on watching. We might just have a quick look at Battle. So we're going to pick up Battle as we're going to start the double-double. Now our leader's coming in for fuel. Canas comes in for fuel a lap later. So Canas comes in for fuel at 7:13. Coelho not coming in for fuel. Is Battle as well. And also coming in this time, well, we've got the 11 cars out of it. It came in the 7, so we've lost the 11s. The 11s, all Matthias also. So the good news for Bruno Coelho is he's running long on fuel, which is why he's leading. We will be leading this one round. So Coelho running long on fuel. He's run 2 laps longer. He comes in now. He's run 2 laps longer than Ongaro, which if he keeps this up will mean he can probably save a stop. And also running 2 laps longer is Ronafalk, who comes in beneath me now. So very mixed up. Everyone's had 1 stop now, and whether Ongaro came in particularly early, but you come in 2 laps early, that means you're coming in a minute before them. which means that when we all shuffle through, you're going to end up doing at least one more stop, and a stop takes 8 seconds. Unfortunately, an error has put Ronnefeld on his roof again, so that's not what we want. So we need to reposition. Can we find our leader, who should be Canas in the 2 car? He is just coming to the end of the lap now, and he's on camera as he comes now around in front of us. Canas leads this one. In second is Coelho. In third it's Burton, and in fourth I think it is now, so third and fourth are getting close. Okay, can we drop back to third and fourth, going around the Pinello corner now? It's the 5 car of Burton, the yellow and blue car, and then we've got Ongaro on his move forward, the Italian. He's in fourth, and then in fifth it's Robert Battle, who's got a tiny amount of problem there for Burton, so into a free place for Battle, and a free place also for, and in fact Coelho has dropped behind. Alright, so Coelho now is behind Ongaro as well, so Ongaro now in second place, and up ahead of him a mistake has been made by Canas, so Canas is going to be in his sights pretty soon as well. Figueiredo in the 6 car is kind of getting in anyone's way because he's lost a lap with a flame out, but obviously he's got basic pace. So Ongaro with now, who started dead last, if it hadn't been for the restart of Battle, is in second place. Leading is Juan Carlos Canas, and he is about 2 seconds ahead of the Italian in frame. So in fact you can see him now. The car ahead of Ongaro is actually a lapped car. Coelho is behind him. There's a big gap to Battle. So in that pit stop sequence, despite coming in early, Battle, Ongaro seems to have gained. So Ongaro now down the main straight. He has a car between himself and Canas, who's leading, as he tries to come back from a complete disaster in the semi-finals where he just destroyed his car. Well, his car destroyed itself on lap 3, and he had to go through the last chance qualifier. And now he gets up the inside of Figueiredo, because Figueiredo is not in the same lap. There's now traffic between him and Canas again, and that traffic I think is the 10 car, which is Lee Martin. So Martin being lapped as we get towards the 10th minute, 11 minutes down, 34 to go. He goes wide and lets them all through, 2-3, and interesting, that's kind of put Coelho back into play. The Coelho in third, Ongaro, who we're with, is in second, and catching up Canas at a slow pace. Last time round the game was about 2:10. He's done 34.9 though, and saying that, he made a mistake. He's dropped behind Coelho, so a mistake there for Ongaro, and that puts him down, and Coelho takes the place back of second. So Coelho in the orange and white leads. They go over the second part of the Jay calls it double-double, and Ongaro, he's got a handicap anyway of starting at the back, and he can't get to the second handicap of falling off the track. So Coelho, the Portuguese local hero, leads this one, the X-Ray driver. He's ahead of the associated, the American chassis manufacturer, X-Ray, based in Slovakia. Now interestingly, the gap now to Burton is 7 seconds, another further 2 back to Robert Battle. So Battle's dropped off this, and Ronnefeld is running in 8th and having a very anonymous time at the moment. Doesn't look like he's got what he needs at all, Ronnefeld, the world champion. However, who has got a pretty good time is Juan Carlos Canas. And then there's more traffic. There's 2 bits of traffic in front of them. The 12 and the 10. 12 and the 11 is Matthias, and the 12 of Mattia Bella Potra, and they both, the 12 backs off. Good heads up driving there, lets them go. Burton makes a mistake, and it's all caught up. And they all got caught together, and in fact what happened was Ongaro has been called for that. We've got a replay on that one? I didn't quite see what happened there. There's another mistake from Ongaro, so Ongaro's having a bit of a nightmare at the moment. Let's see that first one with an MRD replay. They just got, right, Ongaro got into the back of Coelho, hence the anguished cries from the local crowd. Got going, had to wait because he stuffed him in the hole in the first place, and then made a second mistake. So Ongaro dropping way back off Juan Carlos Canas, who is now beginning to look a little bit, even though we're not even a third way through, a little bit happy with the whole thing. So let's pick up with let's pick up Bruno for a second. Go forward to Bruno on the orange car, the local man. He's running in second now and does seem to have an advantageous strategy. He is behind by some many seconds now towards Canas, who's leading. So the junior Spaniard, Juan Carlos Canas, leads by 8 seconds from Bruno Cahello. Cahello himself has 2 over Ongaro. Ongaro has 5 over Burton. Burton is ahead of Boots. So actually, no, Battle's got past Boots, but he's back 33. So he's 21 seconds off the lead. Cahello is the second place man. You can see him on screen at the moment. And currently not performing well, really. Ronefalk or Boots. More surprising about Ronefalk, he had a great semi-final. But, you know, hot day, things can change. And we are still with the Cahello car. As we look to see, we're now 14 minutes in. I mean, we're probably starting to look at an area for second pit stops. See where we got some battles going on. And Robert Battle, in fact, has got the 4th place. Sanchez Valanca actually is running in 6th now. So, if anything, Ongaro is going backwards at the moment. His early pace has disappeared. With Cahello underneath us. So, just going in for fuel now is Canas for his second stop. And therefore, he's had a crash on the way out. So Cahello now leads. So he's had a crash as well, so it's a mutual muck-up time. So these are your first 2 there together, though Cahello, of course, owes us a pit stop in comparison to Canas. So Canas has stopped twice, Cahello just once. He's just ahead of him as they go up the hill. More problems for Matthias. And quite a long way back is Ongaro at the moment. I'm not sure, I think Ongaro must have stopped twice. Looks like that first stop was precautionary. In comes right, there's what's Cahello now in. Didn't really extend that lead. Cahello in second, so he's basically a full pit stop behind. Good stop from the Ty and Gore Tessman. What is happening with Ongaro? Goes round again, so Ongaro has obviously also had 2 stops. So Ongaro. There's all sorts of cars spinning up. Burton is currently in 4th place. So we're going to see Juan Carlos Canas as we watch these cars spin out. Another pit stop for Ronefalk. So Canas leads by a reasonable distance from Cahello. 3rd place is Ongaro. 4th place will be Ricardo Burton. 5th place will be Elliot Boots from Ronefalk after his fuel stop. So Valanca's over Ronefalk and Robert Battle. So there's really kind of Ronefalk down to 8th. So 9th now Ronefalk, so he's not working for our champion at all there. Nothing particularly close on the track at the moment. Everyone, let's see if we can pick up our leader for a second. That's Canas going through the Pinhill hairpin now and going round back into the inner triple. So this is Canas in the 2 car. Silver, he's leading this. The European B champion about 3 or 4 years ago. Still a very young man. He has to avoid the 9 car. That's the 8th place car of Sanchez. So he's lapped all the way to 8th already in just 16, 17 minutes of the 45. Just because there's not much happening now doesn't mean there won't be a huge amount happening later. We've had this before in these races. They get a stagnant period and then all heck breaks loose. We've had the first 2 retire within 45 seconds of each other in a European final before. So nothing is set in stone until Carlos waves his flag. Until the flag is waved by the team here in Portugal. So Canas leading. 4, 8, 7. There is a kind of a battle going on for 5th place actually between Robert Battle, obviously. If you go to the Pinhill hairpin and you can pick up Boots there in the 8 car, the all red machine with the 7 behind him for Walanko, this silver and orange. That is a battle for 6th. They've just been battling also with Robert Battle, who's in 5th. So 5, 6 and 7 are together. At the other end of the field, it's Burton still in 4th, it's Ongaro still in 3rd, It is Bruno still in second. And it's still Canas leading. Canas's lead has moved to 3.2 seconds. He's then got a 2.8 second lead. There's another problem there. Who was that who crashed off the back of the track? So that was a problem. And they carry on going. So that's a problem. They hop over the 3. And then still with Elliott Boots. And in for pits, Stoppery comes the 10 car. Okay, let's get ourselves repositioned. Let's see if we can find the second place car of Bruno Cahello as we go around another set of pit stops already starting. They kind of, as soon as they finish, they start again the pit stops. So Cahello now going up and over and coming down the hill again, and then he's going to turn into the triple. So Cahello is in second. He is slightly gaining on Canas. When I say slightly, it's 10th here, 10th there. It was actually a 10th and a half last time. Ongaro is gaining by 3/10 on him. So the 1, 2 and 3 are coming together. But of course, any minor mistake and they go further apart again. And there is traffic there as well. So worryingly for Robert Battle, any minute now, he's about to get lapped. He has already been lapped by the leader. So the leader has lapped Battle and the leader is about to lap Ronefalk. So this has gone horrendously wrong for Ronefalk and Battle. We're only 20 minutes of the 45 and we thought these guys would be up there winning. The current European champion, the current world champion, have both been lapped by the leader and will soon be lapped by second and third as well. So if your car's not working, your car's not working. And the odd thing for Ronefalk was his car's working brilliantly 2 hours ago. So Bruno is not that far in distance behind Canas, who's driving a very good final. Unfortunately, he's got 3 cars in between him. So Canas has cleared this traffic. The first bit of traffic for Bruno is the 12 car of Mattia Polo del Bello, the man who won the European Bs. That's an event open for anyone not ranked in the top 40 in Europe. Unfortunately, he is now ranked in the top 40. He won't be able to take part in that one again. Then the next up will be Robert Battle, and then after that he has to try and get past Ronefalk. So lots of lappery to do for Cahello. At the same time, what isn't happening is he isn't being gained on particularly quickly by Ongaro. I think Ongaro just stopped for fuel. Yeah, Ongaro just did a fuel stop in the last lap, so Ongaro stopped for fuel. So that will have to wend its way out as we now are at 20 minutes. Bruno, we're going to see a lot of Bruno because he's kind of in a key position here. He's could go forward or he could go back, and either way we might see what's happening. He is dropping off Juan Carlos Canas, and now he's got himself into this traffic. He's beginning to unfortunately do what you do sometimes. You end up matching the speed of the traffic, not matching your speed. So Canas is looking particularly good at the moment. I'll be surprised if he goes for fuel soon. Yeah, so Canas is in for fuel. Will Bruno follow in for fuel? No. So once again, Bruno will take the lead as Canas comes out. So Bruno takes the lead. He's got past Robert Battle. So Canas is about 2 cars and 2 seconds behind him, but of course has a fuel stop in behind. So he just dropped back 2 cars, and well, 1 car now, and that is our leader. That is Juan Carlos Canas, and that is looking like he is. You know, he looks like he is something like, you know, a second behind Bruno Cahello in the pink and the orange and white car, but it's not, because Cahello has to refuel his car, get another 125cc of nitromethane fuel. He is going a couple of laps longer. Now, whether this ends up that he can eke out an extra stop, that's an interesting thing. Will he be able to do 1 less stop? Is this a real lead? That's the question. We don't know until the strategy's unwind in the last few minutes. But obviously going a minute longer at this point, with 22 minutes, we're exactly halfway now. So exactly halfway, Cahello leads, Canas second, Ongaro third, Burton fourth, Ronefalk in fifth, which is surprisingly high. Battle is sixth and Boots is seventh. But I think that's again down to pit stops because he's a lap behind. So the top 3 have lapped everyone up to about 5th. So we are looking at Canas, and did Bruno come in that time? No, he didn't. So Bruno now is done 3 laps further than Canas. This is looking a bit more like he's got a pit stop in hand, and looking like this gap you can see on the camera is the real gap, because at the end of the day he'll have to make one less pit stop. So the orange and white is Bruno Carrello, and the silver and red, that is Juan Carlos Canas. Portugal leads Spain in Portugal in Flexidas at the 1/8 European Championships from EFRA, brought to you by J Concepts and us here at RCTV. I am Nick Damon. You've heard the voice of Matt McCallum on the camera. It's Harry Bamford. Helping us out is Phil Mortstead of nearbuggy.net on camera too.
And Bruno's gone in.
And Bruno has taken his fuel stop now, and he's out again, which means that Canas's lead will be about a fuel stop. Now, has he come out behind Ongaro after that fuel stop? And my guess is probably yes. So Ongaro now is in second, I believe. Though definitely, because he went even earlier than Canas, has one fuel stop left. So into second has got Ongaro. Now this is more of a worry for Canas because he's getting gained on by Ongaro. So let's pick up Ongaro. There's Canas, let him go, and there's Ongaro now on the 13 car. He's lapped Ronefelt, which must give him a little bit of pleasure. So Ongaro, that is the distance he is behind Canas. The distance he's behind Canas is 3.3 seconds. Done 34.6 last time round. So there's a real speed in that associated chassis at the moment. The Mugen chassis leading. Kind of now on a slightly different strategy is Bruno Carrello, who is a further 3 seconds back. So it's kind of hard to tell where we all are, apart from actually on the track. Actually now is that the lead that 35.4, 35.2, so 2/10 more gained by Ongaro on Juan Carlos Canas in that last lap. There's Canas flashing by on the other side of the Pinel hairpin, and they'll turn around and go back up the hill. Ongaro, who was leading at the Neo event in Spain in earlier this year for most of the, well, he didn't lead the first bit because Ronefelt led and he broke down, and he led miles, and miles lead was worn down by Royal Battle over about 35 minutes. Now he's got to do the same thing to Juan Carlos Canas. He started at the back, he's made a couple of mistakes, he's got Canas in his sights, but I think Canas and he are on the same pit stop strategy, whereas I do think that we are going to see Carrello make one less stop at the end of the day. But definitely, ever so slightly, creepy slowly, and it was 1 second that last time, Ongaro is getting closer to Canas. So Ongaro, as he comes around, oh, he's made another mistake, and that's a difficult mistake because you can't get any drive, and that's a big mistake for a small error. That was a 3 second error that cost. That little spin on the polished tile, and it's such a big error that it's put him effectively only just slightly ahead of Carrello, as both Ronefelt and the 6 car figure 8 move out of the way. So Ronefelt now has been lapped by the top 3. Carrello is right behind Ongaro. Ongaro has given another breath of fresh air to Canas, who will pull his lead out to about 5 seconds with 18 minutes to go. So we're well into the meat, the second half of this one. As Ongaro Ongaro is in for fuel again. So Ongaro comes in for fuel with 18 minutes and 24 seconds to go. And we take him through and out of the pit lane. And now let's now go to Canas, wherever he is. So let's take our leader. So car 1 is where we want to be now. The car 2, sorry. The Canas is where we want to be now, and he's coming down the target part of the track and onto the double-double, J Concepts. So when will Canas come in relation to Ongaro? Ongaro came in a lap ago, and Canas is doing at least 1 lap more than Ongaro. So is Ongaro going to have to stop more often than the others? So Canas now running in traffic, but Canas suddenly, did I miss Canas being a fuel stop? No, Canas has had a bad lap. Canas has had 39, so suddenly Canas is literally just ahead of Bruno. So Canas had a really bad lap. I think as we were coming to him, he was having a problem at the top of the hill here, last lap, and now Bruno Carrello is right behind him. So Carrello, on a better fuel strategy, is right behind Canas. So Canas, is he going to come in this time? No. So Canas has already gone 2 laps longer than Ongaro. Ongaro has got a very thirsty strategy out there. And Bruno goes into the lead. Bruno takes the lead. And that's a real lead. Doesn't matter about fuel stops or anything. He takes the lead as he just flies over an error by Canas. I don't know if we get tired or tightening up, but it's now Bruno Carrello, and we should be with Bruno in the lead. So Bruno takes the lead. Watch that going to happen. That was a pass for the lead. Coming into the rostrum triple. Just got a bit of bad drive and just flew off the side, and Canas makes his first mistake. It's not a massively expensive one. It's about 3 seconds. But it's back up from a second one. And Cahello takes the lead. So Bruno Cahello, is he about to add another European Championship to his crown? He is about 5 seconds ahead of Ongaro, probably on the same fuel strategy as Ongaro now. So Ongaro has to hunt him down. Canas has managed to hold on to second. And this is Bruno in picture, the Portuguese driver, the X-Ray, and you can see all his other sponsors on his t-shirt as well. He's probably still 3 or 4 laps from any form of fuel stop. Canas, I would think, should be going in soon. The X-Ray worked, the magic being worked by Ty and Gord Tessman. Now his lead over Canas is about 3 seconds, and his lead over Ongaro is 6. He's just on a 34.9. The concentration of Bruno, because he could be about to add, I think, a third or a fourth different type of European Championship. Obviously, the one he's not won is the one he's best known for, which is the 1/10th Electric Touring. And the Marshals are being replaced. So the Marshals are doing half a race each, which in this heat is a good idea. So Bruno leads. Now, when he goes in for fuel, I'm not sure if Canas must have fueled by now. Canas did fuel last time round and dropped to third behind Ongaro. So when Bruno comes in for fuel, I think he will drop into second behind Ongaro, but Ongaro is definitely stopping once more than he is. So Bruno leads. Another lap without fuel. He's really got a very, very economical motor in that X-Ray. Hopefully it's been run rich enough and it won't have problems with heat towards the back end of this run. Cars now have been running for 30 minutes, half an hour longer, 10 minutes longer than they've run the whole time they've been here. Longest run prior to is 20 minutes. Tyre wear might be an issue. They might be beginning to lose grip. Certainly the heat is going to be an issue. The driver's going to start losing a grip of things as well. It comes down the steps. That time round he gained a few tenths actually on Ongaro. So Cahello now, not only is he leading, he's got the pace as well. So Ongaro, so Cahello, sorry, he's leading and got the pace. Ongaro has very little to answer it with. So it's Cahello from Ongaro. Again, he gave another 2 tenths there. Ongaro is 6 seconds back, 6.5 back. For the man on your camera now, Bruno Cahello, going through the inner triple now, turn to the top of the circuit. As he goes over the double-double, just down the steps now comes Ongaro. Surely it must be fuel this time. Nope. Another lap round. Not overly sure we won't see Ongaro go in the pits again. It's been a long time since he had a slurp of juice as well. So not only is Cahello quick, he's also economical. And it looks like Canas's challenge has sort of faded a little bit.
I was lucky.
As he gets away with it, and sometimes you need to be good, but you always need to be lucky. And perhaps that luck which deserted Ongaro in that semi-final may prove key, because starting from the back gave him that handicap he didn't really want to have. So another lap round for Bruno, and this time it's fuel. And he's stopping with 30 minutes to go, so there's one more stop after this for him. So he's got one more stop to go. Loses the lead. Ongaro takes the lead. Canas does not go past him, so Ongaro leads now. There's one more stop for Bruno, and I'm pretty sure 2 more stops for Ongaro, but finally he leads the event. So let's move on forward, 1 car to Ongaro. Ongaro leads over the inner triple. The Italian took all 5 rounds of qualifying, but if I'm really honest, doesn't even appear to have the pace of Bruno at the moment. Cahello, an absolute phenom in RC racing. He's winning in track classes, he's winning in electric classes, he's winning in IC classes, the small IC engines, and that rolled car equally held both of them up. So leading, but I think with 2 stops to make, is Ongaro, and in second, but with only 1 stop to make, is Cahello. Cahello doesn't need to overtake him, because effectively he's got a lead of a stop, which is about 7.5 to 8 seconds of actual track time. Drop down the steps. They have first and second flying together over the double-double. Ongaro, well, it's a bit risky, but he got away with it and beautifully slid that one, and he now stops, and so he will definitely have to stop again because he's stopped with 11 minutes to go. So, it'll be 2 stops for Ongaro. Let's take him out, see where he comes out. Did he come out ahead of Canas? Has Canas dropped? Yep, so he comes out ahead of Canas. So Canas's challenge faded around the half-hour mark, and Ongaro is a real second place. He's got a full tank of fuel and he's ahead of Canas, so nothing Canas can do on stagger will beat him. But the leader is Coelho. So Coelho's lead, as they both need to stop once more. Whatever they come across now, that is a real lead with about 11 minutes to go. So Coelho crosses the line now, and we'll wait and wait and wait and wait and see when Ongaro goes across. He's seen as amounts of loading, and he is actually down by about 5 seconds. 4.7 seconds is the difference between the two of them. So Ongaro needs to find a 4, and that's not a way to find a 4.7 second lead, being upside down. And was that the moment when it all went away for Ongaro? Is that the moment when Bruno Coelho got a chance to add another different European Championship on the MRD replay? Let's have a look here, and it's very innocent. I'm sure he's got away with that 15 times before. Good work from the marshal, but that is 4 or 5 seconds he can't afford to lose. And they come across, and Ongaro's lap that time was a 41.9. He lost another 6 seconds. The lead now is up to 8 seconds, but the second place man is back to being Juan Carlos Canas. So Canas takes second, Ongaro is in third, and they are right together, second and third. So second and third battling on the track. So the track battle is second and third, Canas and Ongaro. Canas gets a bad bounce. It's a silver and red second place here. Still leading Coelho, and Ongaro trying to take him in the air, and he has to. Oh, beautiful overtake. Slapped down, landed, and gets back his second place. So second place again is Ongaro. Third is Canas. Not seen that before, an aerial overtake, but the worrying thing is that they are both 9 seconds back. Let's watch that again in the air. Up and over. That's not the bit. That was the end of it. So the MRD design, we'll try and get the early bit earlier. So they come through, and it is a battle between Ongaro and Canas for second and third, and it's a heated battle at that. As is an error for battle, and Canas drops off again. So it's Ongaro now, half a second faster than Coelho that time round, and the lead is 9 seconds. So Coelho has a 9 second lead, and that will be between him and another European Championship. Let's see this one again now. Oh, it's fantastic in the air from Phil's camera. Just landed and slap band in row. Fantastic overtake. But it's only an overtake for second. And Coelho, if he wins this, I think he's going to end up with every right to claim that he's the most versatile driver in the world. But certainly, he's going to be giving a massive, massive thank you to Ty and Gord Testman of Canada, who've come over, the X-Ray team leaders in this 1/8 class. Obviously, you're Canadian, you can't take part in the European Championship. They've come over and helped him and set him up, and it looks like they're going to be claiming a victory for X-Ray. It looks like, because we've had many things change in the last 8 minutes before, and the lead is 8 seconds. So actually what's happening is that Ongaro is actually biting into the lead that Coelho has. That's reducing all the time. He's taken a second out of him the last couple of times. Let's look at Coelho's car for a second. He's just going back down past the rostrum triple and now going into the EFRA section, sweeping sharp right and left and over the tabletop. Is that car now slowing down? He's had a couple of slower laps. That was a 35.5, a 34.8 for Ongaro. So Ongaro's not given up. He knows it's even Stevens, 8 minutes to go. It's one stop for each of them to make, so they are absolutely neck and neck on that front. Can Ongaro chase down Coelho? Coelho crosses the line now with a 35.8. I think Ongaro just made another mistake actually. Ongaro just fell off the track. And Ongaro crosses with a 38.3. Yeah, that's 3 seconds lost. So that remarkably calm complexion there on Bruno Coelho. It's literally like he's practicing on the Thursday before a club meeting. Not that he's leading the European Championship A final and a chance to add another class to his burgeoning belt of amazing victories. So there isn't much wrong with Coelho. He's driving within himself, which is probably just as well, because Ongaro is throwing caution to the wind, is losing time left, right and centre. So Ongaro crosses the line now, and he gained He gained about 700 that time round. So Coelho, with 6 minutes to go, will be stopping soon for the last time. Whether we'll see a lap or two with Ongaro in the lead will be interesting. And now it's all about reliability. It's all about whether Coelho can get this to the line and the Portuguese to claim another European Championship. Putting a lap, and now he comes to his final fuel stop. So let's take him through on the fuel. It's Ty Tessman, the world champion, who picks it up. It's Gord Tessman, his father, who fuels him. He's up, he's down, and there's no issues there. The car hasn't stalled, he's up and running, and he is about 6 minutes from glory, but he's still ahead, even though he's stopped. Ongaro pushing hard in second, Canas in third, but Canas has been heavily dropped. So Canas's challenge, which is so strong, has faded in the last 15-16 minutes. Ongaro is still pushing, and he is just 11 seconds behind, and he'll go a lot closer this time before he has to make his final stop. But it's been a textbook performance so far by Coelho in his home track, and the lead will drop dramatically now because Ongaro goes across. Let's pick up Ongaro. He's going to come down the bank corner now in the 13 car. We'll see him through for his final stop as well. The lead has dropped, of course, just down to 3.2 seconds because Coelho has made his final stop and Ongaro hasn't. Ongaro, really, everything was going well until the semi-final. Flamed out and had a problem with his front right, had to retire, which put him in the last chance. He came from 12th to 1st. He won the last chance qualified in 13th, became in net 12th. But that long gap he had to make up and fight through, well, perhaps at the end of the day, the distance between them after lap 2 may well be the distance between them when we reach our predicted 73 laps, I think it is, they're looking at getting to.
So we're in the pits.
So in the pits comes Ongaro, and out of the pits, the engine splurting a bit of smoke as it runs a little bit rich as it gets going. And this is now the run to the flag. And it's a flag which I don't think Ongaro is going to see first. He may well see it second. But if you came here and you said Bruno Coelho is going to be European champion, they'd have laughed at you. Because Bruno, I don't think he made the semis last time. He may have made the quarter. He didn't enter last time. The previous time I think he made the semis. He's a great driver. He was one of the greatest drivers, actually. He's one of the greatest drivers in the world. But whether he can set up a car in a class he hardly ever drives against people who do it all the time, well, that's the issue. But with Gord and Ty Tessman from Canada coming over to help him as mechanics, it all seems to have worked out rather well. Let's pick up our leader. He's coming down the steps now and going on to the double-double. J Concepts double-double. Thank you to J Concepts for their sponsorship of this event for us. For those who don't know, J Concepts make tyres, they make bodies, they make all sorts of hop-up parts for all sorts of cars. So have a look out on jconcepts.net. Thanks to Phil on the camera from nearbuggy.net, the best news out there. Thanks to Matt, and always check out Control. That's Matt's other entertainment business. And thanks to Harry as well, who, if you want to have your portrait taken in the Nottingham area, I think you want to talk to Harry Bamford. Our stereo projector for Epsom. That's all our sidelines, but right now we're commentating on a masterclass by Bruno Coelho. He is now just about 3 minutes and 30 seconds away from what is a historic victory. The first Portuguese man to win since Miguel Matias won in 2003, and Miguel's in this race as well as his retirement race. So what a great retirement race. You've made the main final, and you've passed the baton, the torch, on to your fellow countrymen. But those of you watching on Extreme don't realise the magnitude of what's happening here. This is a man who made his name running electric cars on carpet and asphalt, then did a bit of running of IC cars on asphalt, then started running off-road on dirt with electric cars, and when he's won European Championship in all of those, or major championships in all of those, ran up in the World Championship, won 10th touring cars, and now he's spreading his wings and looks like he's going to become European champion in his hometown, or his home country, with a class which is the premier class in the world, with